They've been coined, this is not another acronym, but another grouping, the M3. We're talking about Mongolia, Myanmar, also Mozambique. Investment management outfit Silk Road Management aims to launch a new fund later this year focusing on these three markets. For more, let's talk to Alisher Ali, CEO at Silk Road Management. He joins our guest host, Tai Hui, from Standard Chartered. Both of them are on the desk with us here at the SGX. So the M3, we're talking Mongolia, Mozambique, and Myanmar. Let's take a step back, though, before we talk about your fund and the investment opportunities. The opportunities are fairly clear, but all three of these economies, a lot of people would take a look at these and say, look, these guys are just so far away from prime time, it's not funny. It's probably not. They're probably not even ready for private equity, you know. So how are we going to invest in these guys?
Thank you very much. There are multiple ways of getting exposure to these M3 countries, Myanmar, Mongolia, Mozambique. And the way we're starting is now there are a number of companies that are listed internationally, London, Hong Kong, Australia, Toronto, and they are primarily resource companies. And these companies often, most of their market capitalization is derived from the assets in one of these three countries. And they're fairly liquid. Some of them have multi-billion-dollar market caps. For example, Kof Energy, or for example, Mongolia Mining in Hong Kong, or the Centerra Gold in Toronto. So if you invest in those companies, their fortunes are really linked to the projects in Myanmar, Mongolia, and Mozambique.
Which makes them risky as well, no? Because for all three places, you're talking about uncertainty in terms of rule of law, uncertainty in terms of political stability, no?
No question about it.
Yeah.
However, the upside is sufficiently attractive to be able to invest, or to have an interest and an appetite to invest early on. And again, if you look at the other frontier markets that have graduated to the league of emerging markets, like Turkey, Indonesia, Malaysia, you know, if you were investing in those markets in 90s, you have done very well if you have consistently stayed with them.
Alisher, would you say that your fund is also based on the premise of a commodity boom over the next 5, 10, 15 years? Or is that a way to diversify out of this commodity boom into other sectors, for example, potentially manufacturing in Myanmar? Are there any potential diversification strategy from what you're looking at?
There is a diversification strategy in place. We at our firm do believe that the super cycle for commodities is still intact. So therefore, we would like to get exposure to that. But at the same time, as you rightly pointed out, manufacturing opportunity in Myanmar is immense. If you look at Mozambique, is a place where agriculture is very strong potential. So these are the places and industries where we would like to get exposure to through the companies that have projects and assets.
Alisher, how much of a flagship IPO is Erdeen's Tavan Tolgoi going to be? It has been delayed. 2013, we're looking at the listing, a triple listing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hong Kong, London and Ulaanbaatar, $3 billion flotation. Is that going to be really critical in terms of galvanizing investment sentiment in Mongolia?
Absolutely. And we're looking at the $3 billion IPO and triple listing, and considering that it probably would be one of the large, if not the largest IPO.
Foot in the door? Are you going to get a chunk of either of those IPOs?
Well, we certainly would like to be part of it, definitely. And yes, the key crucial point is that such a big IPO would attract who is who in international investment community, Fidelities of the world, the Capital International, and others. And once they become participants in such IPO, it will really put Mongolia on the map in the global investment community.
Is Mongolia star too hitched to China, though?
Mongolia clearly is linked to China in the commodity story. But again, it's something that the investors that would like to get that kind of exposure, you know, this is a place that's, that I think